Philip Cunliffe has compared Brexit to the Balkans, and there's a lot of alliteration there, but I'm not sure his comparison is that good. The breakup of Yugoslavia was phenomenally destructive, and I remember friends in Novi Sad, in Serbia, complaining about the Serbian-Croatian war in the early 1990s. And certainly things are so better now, except that there's the presence of the Wagner Brigade and Russian meddling very much in modern Serbia. The aftermath of Brexit is a more complex landscape marked by both frictions and moments of pragmatism. Yet, according to Philip Cunliffe, far from the fictional dystopias of besieged Manchester or civil war, and that I suppose we should be grateful for, despite the divisive atmosphere and the discontent that occasionally feels almost confrontational, Britain has avoided the fate of a Yugoslav-style fragmentation, and the lessons of Yugoslavia, while tempting for commentators, often oversimplify the nuanced causes of its collapse. Cunliffe argues that Britain's geopolitical positioning and its cohesive state framework, its monarchy, have provided stability, warding off the destructive nationalism that fragmented the Balkans. Unlike Yugoslavia, where centralisation and nationalist fervour undermined the Federation, Britain has arguably safeguarded British unity by quelling demands for Scottish independence and retaining coherence of the central state. The loser's consent prevented ongoing EU re-entry ambitions and reinforced Britain's political and constitutional integrity. Rather than letting power seep into devolved regions unchecked, Cunliffe contends that Britain now needs a recalibrated central authority, not more bureaucratic sprawl, but a focused, efficient state capable of upholding democracy and public authority. For Cunliffe, Britain stands at a unique juncture, benefiting from a course-corrected trajectory towards self-sufficiency post-EU. The goal should be a powerful integrated state focused on rebuilding national cohesion and authority, counteracting past neoliberal decentralisation efforts that often weakened public infrastructure. By pursuing a cohesive national project, Britain can secure the political dividends of Brexit, reaffirming its state power and potentially spring itself into the mainstream global arena, sparing it the international ridicule that comes with the alarmist analogies to the Balkans. But so Britain is fortunate. Our withdrawal from the EU has allowed us to swerve any form of dystopian scenario and a future civil war. Chancellor Helmut Kohl, when he decided to signal Germany's return to a great power by flouting the US Secretary of State James Baker's instruction that no one was to recognise any breakaway Yugoslav republics, Germany immediately recognised Slovenia and Croatia in 1991. And while that was a signal of liberation, it was also a signal of destruction, self-destruction, self-obsession. And it's that self-obsession which is definitely present in Britain. And it only needs a bit of encouragement to go deeply wrong. George Osborne's programme of austerity arguably cascaded the state, in Cunliffe's words, cascaded the state into failure across the nation as a whole. Austerity isn't the way forward. As Rachel Reeves empowers the OBR and Keir Starmer has his localist agenda to, if necessary, to drive devolution further, while sidling up to the EU and NATO. Um, all of that is okay within the context of a stronger central identity, not necessarily stronger central authority, but a stronger national identity. And I think there is no room now for any further experiments with the sort of Liz Truss type nonsense. We're in a position where I think there is a natural understanding of who we are, in contrast to Tito's constitutional jiggery pokery, which was bound to collapse in the end. There is hope.